everybody, it's Josie with Ozark Mountain Goats. And before we get started today, we are in the middle of our 12 shout outs till Christmas. And so today, third on our list is 2.5 acres. And we want to say hello to Mark and his family. They're located over in Oklahoma. They've got goats and chickens and cows and really nice folks. So if you get a chance, please get over and visit 2.5 acres, and we will leave a link in the description below. Okay, let's get started on my all-time favorite pie. That's pecan pie. I absolutely love it, especially with a cup of coffee. Yum. But anyway, it's super simple. So if you've never made pecan pie, you really should try it. It's an open face pie. You don't have to worry about putting a lid on it. So it makes it very, very easy, especially this time of year. You know, Thanksgiving is just a few days away and Christmas is coming up, and I just think it's a great pie for the holidays. So there's not a whole lot to it. You can actually, use store-bought pie dough, and that makes it even more easy. But today I'm going to just mix up a basic pie dough. It's got Crisco in it and flour and salt and some ice water, and that's it. So we're going to get started. In this bowl, I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Into that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and just mix that together. And then to that, I'm going to add a cup of my shortening. And I did chill this for a little bit, so I just took it out of the refrigerator a minute ago. So I'm just going to add that on in. And I use a pastry cutter for this. I think it makes it a little bit easier. If you don't have a pastry cutter, another easy thing to use is a couple of knives and just cut them back and forth like that. So anyway, we will get this mixed up to get it well incorporated. Should get kind of grainy. Okay, I've got that mixed up pretty well. The next thing I'm going to do is add my ice water, and the temperature is important. You want to make sure you've got ice water. I'm going to start out with about 1/3 of a cup, and then I'll add more as I need it. This should come together nicely and form a ball. And I'm just going to put a little flour on my surface. I want to turn this out on my surface, and I'll be dividing it into 2 pieces. This will make either 2 open face pies, or it will make 1 pie with a top and a bottom. Because pecan pie is so easy, I'm going to make 2 pies today, and I'll freeze one of them. So you're just going to get some plastic wrap and refrigerate these for maybe 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and then get my mess cleaned up, and when we come back, we're going to put the filling together. As I mentioned, the filling is super easy, and I got to show you these pecans I got. The recipe calls for about 1.5 cups of pecans per pie, and because I'm doubling it, I've got 3 cups of pecans here. And I'll show you a close-up of these, but these pecans were given to us from our neighbor who got them down in Mississippi. There's a lot of wild pecan trees that grow down there, and you just pick them up off the ground, and they take them to some place that actually cracks them and shells them. And so when he brought them to us, they were still partially in the shell, but very easy to remove. And anyway, we got 1.5 pounds of free pecans, which, man, was I tickled about. So here's the close-up of the free pecans that we got from our neighbors, the wild pecans. And then here I want to show you the difference. Those 2 big pecans there came out of a bag that I bought at the store. And then the one beside it is one of the free wild pecans that we were given. Big difference in size, but the flavor's great. And I'm going to chop them up anyway to put in pie. So I am super thrilled to get them. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to do, I like my pecans to be chopped up in my pie. I don't like big pieces. I think it's harder to cut when you go to slice your pie, and also it's just, I don't know, harder to eat. So I go ahead and put mine in a baggie and get them chopped up. And I just use my rolling pin for that. I should probably mention that these do come chopped, so you don't have to do this if that's the way you buy them. But anyway, mine needed chopped up today. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back in my measuring cup and make sure I've got 3 cups. Yep, looks good. All right. So in my bowl here, I've got 6 eggs, and you just want to slightly beat those. To that, you are going to add 2 cups of just plain granulated sugar. Remember, again, this is a double batch. And I've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then the key ingredient, for me anyway, is the Karo syrup. And I think what makes my pies really good is that the recipe calls for white Karo, and I do half and half because I think the dark Karo is richer and it really makes the pie extra good. So it calls for a cup of syrup per pie. So I'm going to do 1 cup of white syrup and 1 cup of dark syrup. Now you need 1 dash of salt per pie. As you can see, it's pretty thick. To that, we are going to add our 3 cups of pecans. And that's it. This is ready to go. So as soon as we get our pies rolled out, we'll be putting this in and sticking them in the oven. So my oven is up to temperature, so we're ready to start rolling out our dough. And by the way, that needs to be at 425, so be sure and set your oven and get it going. Anyway, I'm going to just add a little flour to my surface here. And begin rolling out my pie dough. I am using 9-inch pie plates today. You could actually put them in smaller pie plates if you like, and it would just make your pie a little bit deeper. But that's what we're doing today. Try to just get that as circular as you can, as best you can. I'm not that great at it, but that's okay. It still tastes good. We're just going to put that in our plate, get it situated. Then I go around and kind of tuck it under. That way I can have some dough to work with to flute my edges. Then I just pinch and do about 1 finger width apart. There's one, we'll get the next one going. All right, well, that gives you an idea. Now we're just going to give our pie filling a stir just to get those pecans mixed in a little better. They tend to float on the surface. And then just do your best trying to divide it evenly between pies. Okay, these are going in the oven for 10 minutes on 425. After that, you're going to turn down the oven to 300 and they're going to bake for an additional hour. And you want to make sure you set that timer for 10 minutes to remind yourself to turn the oven down. One time I forgot to do that and I just fried my pies. They were ruined. But I also like to use these things here to help protect the edges of the pie, to keep them from browning too early. So I just set these on there like that, and they're going to go in the oven. Don't forget, 10 minutes. Well, my 10 minutes is up, so 300 degrees for 1 more hour. Okay, everybody, that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have never made pecan pie, you really should give it a try. It's an easy open-faced pie, and it is really delicious. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to like us, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell, and as always, we will catch you later.